I'm just kidding. Okay.
Okay. We'll go 3, 2, 1, and then I'll have you start, all right?
Okay.
3, 2.
Well, hello everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Ramcast. I am your host Casey, here with my co-host
Savannah.
and today we have a special guest, my cousin Shakirah.
Hi, my name is Shakirah, and you can call me Weber, Kyra, whatever you want to call me. It really doesn't matter to me.
So, Kyra, I know that you're into basketball and stuff, and as a group of nerds here, how's basketball? Because I don't understand a single thing that goes on.
Basketball is really good to me. I understand it kind of get hard. The coach pushing us really bit too hard, but we still get it.
Okay, is there anything else that you've done besides basketball?
I did track. I played volleyball, and that's it.
Are there any other school interests that you're into, like other clubs, or is it mainly just basketball right now?
Club I do is Robotics, and that's technically it for right now. Can't find no other clubs now.
So, what's one of your favorite things about robotics? Like one of your favorite things to do in it? Some of your favorite people you've met?
My favorite thing about robotics is like doing programs, building, and that's actually it.
All right. So, in basketball, what, place do you play as? Like more of a defense or an offense?
I play more than a defense.
If you didn't make it to the basketball team, what other thing would you do?
I will do tennis or volleyball.
Would you say volleyball is kind of like a second favorite sport?
Yes.
What would you say your strengths kind of lie in? And this ties into both basketball and just in general. Like, what are you kind of good at, like, with school or with basketball?
I'm good at both. I do both things at the same time, like do school and basketball at the same time. Kind of hard.
Okay.
Favorite classes and things that you do struggle in?
My favorite class is math lab, and the class I'm struggling is civic right now. I don't get it none of it at all.
Just baffles me to think that they're getting rid of freshman seminar next year. That's just crazy in my opinion. Like, I've even had family members even explain that, I had to go through freshman seminar. It was orientation type deal, and I had to go through it. Now they're just like, no, we don't want it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I love the reactions of the teachers who do freshman seminar and civics together, because they all of them at least have told my classes, we are thankful they're getting rid of it. And they're practically yes, thank you so much. We didn't want it. And it's wow. That's just kind of crazy though. What are your guys' thoughts about it?
Honestly, when freshman seminar is gone, I'm going to kind of be sad because even though my teacher stayed the same, that's still one of my favorite things before civics came, because my teacher is Mr. Bora, and he allowed us to do more things, but now that we have civics, no.
I like freshman seminar much better. I take class with Ms. Pilson. We can do more fun things in freshman seminar, but when you get hit to civic, you turn down to really boring stuff. Like sitting in class about to fall asleep.
Oh, that's an entire mood.
Honestly, they just need to keep freshman seminar for years and years and years, and not get rid of it.
Well, I would say they should at least take in some of the teachers' responses and ideas for it, because I heard a couple of them talking about why they didn't like it, and I kind of thought up, well, we could probably keep it if we were just I don't know, maybe doing it for different reasons, for possibly, being more of a orientation kind of class for freshmen, or even just kind of a get to know other people in your grade kind of thing, because that is a struggle for me currently.
Yeah, because All types of new students will come into the school not knowing anybody or where their classes are, and freshman seminar really just gives them that time to know people, their names, where their classes are, and all that other stuff.
Yeah, and for students who don't really need it as much as others, like say their siblings grew up going to this high school, and so they know it like the back of their hand before they even get here. Like for them, it can be used as like a study hall, or like, so I feel like if it can be used as like both a study hall and as like an orientation type class for freshmen. Because I feel like that's what it originally was supposed to be, but then it ended up gravitating towards something it didn't really need to be, I guess, in a way. Because some of the teachers like genuinely had really good like ideas for it, but they were like shot down every time.
I really do feel the same freshman seminar, because more students can like cooperate with other students to understand who they is or what they do and stuff. But if you in civic, you can't do nothing. You just gonna learn about history, government, and presidents.
Yeah.
And like all the responsibilities and duties that you have.
Yeah. I still think it could be a really great class though to like meet people or to see people for the first time that you haven't seen in literally years.
Do you have any goals for the future?
Not really. I'm not ready to see the future yet,
Why not?
because I got a lot of difficult stuff around my hands, going through the world, having changing around my family and stuff.
Yeah, kind of like growing up being more of an unknown kind of factor that we struggle with like every day as teenagers, as growing young adults. And it's not even just school life that kind of is a bit of a struggle future-wise with picking classes sometimes.
Yeah.
So, I got a couple more questions about robotics. How much fun do you have every time that you're at like a meeting? And I lost my thought. How much fun do you have there? Is it more of like a genuine joy that you have for it, or is it kind of more of a low-key kind of joy that you have for it?
I think I super really love it because it feel like they are my family in robotics. Like can talk, help everybody and stuff. I feel like they are my family for robotics.
Would you recommend robotics to like the 8th graders coming up to the school?
Yeah. To help them program everything, understanding how the robot do with metal and stuff instead of Legos.
Well, for 8th graders who might see this somehow, hi by the way. For 8th graders who could be seeing this, how would you go about getting into robotics in the first place? And how intimidating is it to try and be in robotics?
It's the same thing like being intimidated, stay accurate and stuff. Even give yourself confidence. You can make it or be in the team. But you gotta understand how robotics work and stuff. I think it feel like part of robotics is working out as a team, building together to help to get up to the competition.
What are some of the things that you all do in robotics?
We do building maps and stuff, how to do it. We build robots with metal parts. It's really dangerous at the same time. I gotta warn myself because I kept myself with a lot of things in robotics, but it's still worth it.
Hey, don't worry. I'm kind of a klutz myself. Don't look at my hands after last semester.
I know exactly how that is because I trip over air all the time, and I accidentally cut myself with a plastic knife before.
I've almost completely and utterly just eaten the stairs before multiple times in freshman academy because I hate those stairs. Oh my gosh, they're so bad. They're like half a foot like long, and it's hard to like get your foot down there without turning it sideways and just Squidward walking it down. Walk sideways. So, what's your favorite food? More general topics.
My favorite food is quesadillas right now.
Ooh, that sounds really good.
I am half Mexican right now, so I eat Mexican food.
Very interesting to know.
How are the dogs?
We got dogs.
Yeah.
2 of them.
They doing good. They love playing with each other, but always fighting sometimes over dog food.
That's just like you and your brother.
Yeah.
Spilling tea over here. Boiling tea everywhere. Sorry, let me clean that up real quick. I actually have dogs myself. I have 2 dogs, and one of which I've had since before I went to 6th grade and I started going to Casey. I had this one dog. Her name's Lizzie. She's my baby, and she actually had babies during COVID, and we kept one of the 8 because she had a litter of 8, and we kept one of them, and my stepdad named him COVID Tank the Third.
What?
But short, we call him Tank, and he is the definition of gentle giant. He's 100 pounds of lapdog. Oh, he is just an absolute, like, let me love on you kind of dog, because the moment you walk in the door, they'll jump on you. But it's not because they're trying to attack you. They're like, oh, I gotta sniff. I gotta see who you are. They're such excited dogs, but sometimes that, like, gets in the way of life. We have this neighbor who I hate. I don't really hate very many people, but he's an exception. Because he called the cops saying that our dogs were, like, violent and they were, like, mean whenever all they were doing was barking. And yet he lets his cats run wherever they want to go. It's okay. I'm not upset at all. For legal reasons, what I'm about to say is a lie. I want to fight this old man. We have made eye contact before while he's just standing there in his robe, like, and I'm like, what do you want? We will throw hands. We will throw hands if you need. For legal reasons, that was a joke. I will not actually fight this man. So, if you had to choose one animal out of the entire, animal kingdom,
Besides dogs.
Besides dogs, to pull a John Wick with you, what would you choose?
Definitely a seagull.
A seagull?
Yeah.
Why a seagull though?
Hey, a seagull can fly.
Fly away.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, that's great. It's just flying away with a seagull. So what would you choose, Casey? Let's get this.
To pull a John Wick is probably a tiger.
Nice. I'm biased that I would pick my dogs just because I love them, but since we can't pick dogs, I'd choose my cat too, but he's too sassy. He's way too sassy. Let's see. Let's go with elephant. That's my favorite animal. I love me some elephants.
That sounds good.
Yeah, big and really, really big. They won't forget anything, so imagine you, like, set your phone down and let me come get this.
If you were gonna get suspended, what would it be for?
I feel like we're having a slumber party right now. We're like, should you dare, would you kiss John?
Well, the reason I get suspended for is walking out the classroom
Yeah.
to use the bathroom.
I'd guess that. I would guess that really quick. It would, for me, if I would guess what you would get suspended for, it would either be walking out the classroom or being on your phone.
Yeah.
Because as many stories you have told me that you have gotten your phone taken away out of last week,
Yeah.
including this week, too many stories.
It's too hard. It's too much.
Okay,
I'm surprised you haven't got detention for it.
So
yet.
since we're talking about phones, are there, in my opinion, I feel like there are, like, a couple of acceptable times that being on your phone would not matter. Like, what's your, like, take on places that you would think school would probably be okay, in a sense, to be on your phone?
Emergency call.
Yeah, an emergency call, like if your mom or somebody's calling you and you don't know what's going on, then it would be okay to you like answer your phone.
Yeah.
Because if you don't know what's going on and it's something bad, then that's not gonna end well.
Yeah, my first thought is, emergency calls are very nice, but my first thought is lunch. Like, not having your phone at lunch
Especially if you're like eating in the classroom, because like they don't allow us to have our phones out during that time.
Like, I would get if they did that during class and they said, hey, you can't be on your phone because, don't want kids to cheat or text other kids. But at the same time, like, for kids who are eating lunch, I feel like they should get a pass for the phone thing because it's like, what are we cheating on?
Yeah,
our salad?
Like during lunch, whenever we're like watching a movie or something, this is always how it goes.
Yeah. The check underneath the desk. It's the check. But
or like the students will like prop their Chromebooks up and then like put their phones right there.
That's me. That
but
is
like,
me.
I'd say like, cause I eat in the cafeteria and it's super loud and it's all this other things and it's really, really busy and it's like, why care about phones at that point when you have literally like hundreds of kids in that cafeteria at that time? Like
I'm still socializing with my friends. I just, want to talk.
Yeah, like most of the time that I'm
live somewhere else.
Like most of the time that I'm on my phone during lunch, I'm reading something because I really like reading books on my phone, or I'm like texting a family member for AV things, or I'm just doing stuff that's kind of important in that moment that I can remember.
Also, like another good time to like be on your phone is like, cause like they say, when like as soon as the bell rings, you can't be on your phone or else they're gonna take it or whatever. But like during free time, like if you have nothing else to do for that day, and like your YouTube is blocked, you can't play any games or none of that, then it would be like a good time to go on your phone because that gives you something to do instead of just sitting there being unproductive.
And I feel like there's cause I've actually heard from a bunch of like actual real teachers in the world. They don't teach here obviously, but there are actual like real teachers in the world who actually use phones to their advantage, and they use like phone games that connect to like the computers and stuff, and it actually helps them like because it gets them into the mind of, okay, I can use my phone, because in college like the professor's not going to care if you leave to take a personal call. Like he's not going to care if you're sitting there texting somebody on your phone. Like I've done it to my brothers before whenever they're in college, and I've been like, hey, get milk whenever you get home. Or like if they had to take an urgent call, the professor wouldn't even bat an eye at a kid leaving the room to go to the bathroom or get a drink. It just makes me question if we're really like being prepared for college, truly as we should be, or if we're just being like, kind of like, I guess, what would be a good word here? My first word is gatekeep, just because girl boss gatekeep gaslight, but I feel like we're not completely being prepared to the best of our abilities, at least in the phone department.
Opinions on metal detectors?
I think it is really safety because, you heard the thread about the school shooting and stuff.
Yeah, like the school bomb.
Yeah, the teacher wanted to protect us. Whoever got the gun or the bomb with them ready to shoot up the school and stuff. They want to see who got it or not, making sure we don't got nothing in our bag, pocket, everything, to keep us safe.
But it brings up the questions, because the teachers haven't really told us much in terms of it, because they might have told, different grades, different things, but they've not told a single thing to at least the sophomores, or at least to me. And all I've heard from different people around that school, from students, not even from teachers, like I've heard it from students that they'll do random numbers for students.
Yeah,
like
they
every
do
10th
it
student.
like every 15th person or every 5th person. Because they did like every 3rd person today, and the day before it was every 15th person. Because my friend was right behind me, and it was like 15 other people in front of me, or 14, I don't remember. And she had to go through the metal detectors.
Yeah, I feel like metal detectors are great, but I feel like they're A, not being used to their full potential, and B, they're not really being used in the best of ways. And I can explain why. Because during semester exams, I actually came in late one morning because I was like, I don't have to take the other test because one of them, I don't have a test in that class, and the other one is my lunch hour, so there is no test for that class. I can just show up late, and I didn't have to wake up early.
Mm-hmm.
And I got there to the office and was like, hey, I'm late. I'm here for lunch though. Do I just need to do anything before I leave? No, you're fine. Well, then why not have me go through the metal detector? Like, I get it, I was only holding, like, my Chromebook and a notebook, but at the same time, like, shouldn't you send every single person who's going through the building through a metal detector?
Yeah, because, like, with every 15th person or every 5th person or every 3rd person going through the metal detector, you're not really getting who has what on them. Somebody could come in the school with a gun on them, and they won't even get a blue sticker to go through the metal detectors. Or, like, I think their main cause for the metal detectors is students with vape and students with guns. But, like, if you do, like, every 3rd, 5th, 15th person, then you're not really going to get those people who have that stuff on them.
Yeah, but at the same time, it's like, well, how are we going to get thousands of students coming in every day? How are we going to get all of them through it? So it's just kind of like we got to figure out how to do this. And another flaw that I see in it is students themselves, because it's not even just students themselves, but it's also a couple other things in between it, of students who have, like, metal in their body, like pins and rods.
Yeah, because, like, some people have, like, the chip implanted into them.
Yeah, and some of them even have, like, chips in their body where it's, like, telling them, like, hey, they're diabetic, or they even have, like, those little bracelets. But I actually have metal pins and rods in my neck, and, like, I worry every single day that I go to school that I'm going to get, brought to the metal detector, and they're going to, like, accost me for having a vape or accost me for having something I shouldn't, whenever it's out of my control that metal is in my neck, because it was either I got that metal in my neck or I was possibly having a chance of dying. My body was so, like, I had something called congenital scoliosis, which just kind of means my spine curved the wrong way. And my body was so shifted that you can even see it still to this day because I'm not perfect. But I was shifted like this in middle school, like this bad, and nobody noticed. And then I kind of got my surgery and stuff, and I got, more fixed. But I, like, worry every single day because it's like, but there's so many things that could possibly set it off if it's really, really sensitive, like the metal in my neck, jewelry, glasses, shoes, backpacks. There's so many things that it could classify as being metal that it could count, that it worries me that, like, some students who go through it can get, like, sent home and get, like, suspended or whatever, and getting told that, oh, you're lying, because some students don't have parents who can be like, well, here's their medical records, and some parents don't even care. So I feel like it would be kind of hard for some students who might actually get, like, removed from the school and get sent to secondary school over something that was a miscommunication almost. I'm sorry for that, Ryan. I do not like the metal detectors.
I really don't like it because every time I walk through it, I just gotta take my necklace off, earrings and stuff off to go through the metal detectors.
And plus, that's really, like, taking up your time because, like, you only have until 8 o'clock, and you still, if you're hungry, you have to go through the lunch line, put your pin in, and then either go sit in the cafeteria or go in the gym. And having to go through the metal detector isn't giving you enough time to do all that.
And another thing is, it's actually 8:10, but another thing is, like, they don't let you, like, once 8 o'clock hits, they do not let you stay in the cafeteria. They have some, like, mortal sin against you staying there. Because I had a buddy of mine once who I was comforting because they were having a panic attack. And the ladies were just like, come on, move it, ladies, move it. And it's like, do you not see her sobbing on my shoulder right now? Give us, like, 5 minutes, Linda. 5 minutes. We'll be gone in 5 minutes.
Don't you just hate that we can't use the freaking vending machines during school hours?
Yes, thank you for saying it.
And especially, like, during your lunch hour, not being able to, like, go and get a soda or something. Because, like, in first semester, I had this one teacher who had, like, emailed the principal or something, and they were basically like that students could not go during lunch to get a soda or whatever. And really, I think that just made all the students mad because, like, we're in our lunch period, we have our lunch, we're going to our classrooms, why can't we get what we want?
Yeah. And I would get if it's a different situation, like the sophomores through seniors that are actually in the cafeteria. Like, I would get if it's those students specifically, because they're coming from the cafeteria, they're going to a different place and then coming back, and they're worried about people staying in like bathrooms or corridors or something. I would get that. But with like freshmen, I would say it would kind of be a pass.
Freshmen have to like go out into like C and A building to like go and eat their lunch. So like not being able to like go to the vending machines, especially if you're a freshman, it's not all that good.
It also isn't like a smart idea, at least in my opinion, because I'm not a business person. I haven't taken a business class yet. But in my eyes, I see it as kind of like a waste. And,
because like if the school is trying to make money and they say we can't use the vending machines from 8 to 3, that's just taking away the amount of money that they make.
And again, I would get if they did that, and then they just left it like, oh yeah, you can operate it during like, you know, passing periods, and they somehow were able to get those like small time frames.
Yeah, because like some people like walk really fast and then others walk really slow.
I walk really fast somehow. So, any more questions that you have, Casey? You know, school related, drama related, tea, something like that. Anything you would like to, you know, talk about for a couple minutes or so?
Well, I'll say this. I've been in Casey. I graduated from Casey last year. I've been playing basketball since 7th grade, so this is about to be my 3rd year of playing basketball. It's really fun to see all of y'all right now, even the youngest who in Casey right now for robotics. I hope I will see y'all up here join our team right now.
Yeah, so do you want to close this out, or do we want one more inspirational word from our guest?
You got another word for us?
No.
Okay. This has been the Ramcast. See you all another day.
Bye-bye!
Yay!
Yay!